Well, good afternoon, everybody, and it's an exciting day for Kansas City. Everybody looking forward to, I hear there's a baseball game that's happening tonight. I think we're all going to be excited to watch. Hopefully the Royals will keep that streak alive and get to 9-0 in the postseason. I'm feeling good about tonight. So I'm sure everybody's ready to go get their tailgating started, so we'll be brief in our meeting. But the first thing we're going to do, first order of business, will be our minutes from our last meeting on September 23rd. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Minutes passed. The next order of business is a very important thing for us to do, and it is for us to recognize our recently departed Commissioner McLean Bryant, who has joined, has stayed a major part of the city. We're working in the mayor's office, so we're excited about that. So if we're going to lose you, at least we lose you as part of the team. How's that sound? So we were saddened by the news that, of course, you were stepping off the board, but we are also excited for what you're going to be doing for the future of the city in that role. So if you don't mind, McLean, would you mind stepping up here with us? I think we have a special gift we want to provide to you and recognize you for your years of service here on the board. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to say a few words as well. We would love for you to speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys. I'm honestly looking forward to everything I'm gonna be doing for the city and the mayor's staff, but this has just been such an enjoyable and fulfilling experience working with you guys and for the department and all the good work we do for the city. It's just been a lot of fun. So I know that Amber is going to be a tremendous asset to the board with all her professional background and experience and youth program development, and I think she'll be a great part of the team. But I'm going to miss you guys tremendously, and I hope that we're able to keep in touch and you can find a way to continue to loop me into the things that the department is doing, because I'd love to continue to help. So
Well,
thank you for
Thank you.
everything.
Would any of my fellow commissioners like to say a few words?
Once a commissioner, always a commissioner.
Yes, very good.
Hold you to that.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you.
Yeah, truly, it was such a pleasure to get to know you and, consider you not only a colleague but a friend. And honestly, the mayor is very, very lucky to have you, and the city is lucky to have you more time here in Kansas City. So it's good.
Absolutely.
And the first time I met you was when the mayor introduced us, just after we had been appointed, and he gave us as the example of the diversity on the board. And boy, did he ever hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. And, there was just so much synergy between all of us. I felt like, if he didn't put a lot of thought into putting us together, somehow it just all came together and, worked out to
Absolutely.
the city's best interest. So
Great.
Hope to see you often.
Mark?
Yeah, just thank you very much, McLean. It's been a great experience, and as I kind of think back over the last several years you've been with us and kind of where we've gone, and you've obviously had some good years as you as a member of our leadership team, and you mentioned youth movement, and you mentioned Amber at the same time, and I think all of the board represent that, and we had some challenges with our youth a few years ago, and I know you took some strong leadership on that, kind of bringing the group from KU and then working with the group out at KPRS radio station and and that was helpful. And I think you brought us a long way in the social media world too. I'm not sure if Heidi even knew what Twitter was 3 years ago. She knew what Facebook was. Anyway, but I mean, all that's, and we've just come a long ways, and of course, that's been through your leadership in those areas. And then Starlight too. I was getting the young professionals involved with Starlight and representing the park board at the Starlight board has been important to establish that strong relationship. So that's some good memories.
Thank you, Mark.
very much.
Thank you very much. Well, come on up, please. On behalf of the department, nice little gift for you.
Thank you so much.
No, you don't need that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone take a
Thank
picture.
you.
Stand up.
Miss you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Right. Here, no, stand right
Okay.
here in the middle, so you get on this side. There you go. Good.
Take care, everyone. Bye. All right, I'll be seeing you
You
guys.
sure you don't want to stick around for the exciting meeting?
All right.
Thank you again.
Huh? Are the cards there too?
Yes, okay. That's all. All right.
You'll be fine without me.
Okay, it looks like our next order of business is the swearing in and the seating of our newest commissioner, Ms. Amber Hackett. We'll be joining our board of Parks and Rec commissioners, and I believe Marilyn Sanders. Yeah, all right, how are you? It's good to see you.
Ready? Okay. If you raise your right hand and when I'm done, you just say, "I do." Okay. I do solemnly swear that I possess all qualifications of the office of Parks Board Commission under the Charter of Kansas City, Missouri, adopted by the people of the city of said city, August 8, 2006, and all subsequent amendments thereto, and am not subject to any disqualifications in said charter name. That I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States and of the state of Missouri. That I will observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of Kansas City, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office, so help me God. If you'll sign the top line, and you are sworn in.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. All right, well. Please join us. There you go.
Flip that up.
There it is. Hey, you're official. There you go. You are official. Well, welcome. We're excited to have you part of the commission, part of the department. And would you mind just taking a few minutes and sort of introducing yourself, to, obviously you're going to be, this gets televised, and so whatever you say, just be careful.
Yes, thank you all very much. Can you hear me with this thing? Okay. My name is Amber Hackett, and I have the great pleasure of being the newest Parks Board Commissioner, as you all have just seen. I'm originally from South Texas and have been in Kansas City for about 6 years. I've had great opportunities working with different parks assets like the Starlight Theater, the Kansas City Museum, some of the Liberty Memorial, as well as enjoying all of our beautiful parks and boulevards. And I very much look forward to joining the team and being part of the next wave of greatness that Kansas City has to offer.
Great. Well, thank you, and welcome.
Thank you.
Excited to have you part of this. The next order of business is resolution number 30304.
Yes, Commissioners, you have before you the fiscal budget for 15-16, memo in your packet, and then all the attached documents. This is a work product that was done under the leadership of Sherry Van Winkle. She presented this to us at a prior board meeting, and we bring it here for you today for your consideration. If you have any questions, Sherry is here in attendance.
Any questions at this time, Sherry? We had a good discussion a few weeks back about this, and very well done, and looking forward to meeting these goals. All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Budget passes. Resolution number 30305.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a application we received for a liquor by the drink at the Screen Land Crossroads at 1701 McGee, and we would recommend the board to consent for this particular request. I see Denise's name's on the memo, and if you have any questions.
All right. Any questions at this time? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. The motion is seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30306.
Yes, Commissioners, this is amendment number 1 with Water's Edge Aquatic Design for work at the Block Fountain. It's the 50-year plan. And this, we have a memo from Travis who's handling this on behalf of the Block Family Foundation, and we recommend approval for this amendment with Water's Edge Aquatic Design. And again, if you have any questions, Travis is here to answer those.
Any questions of Travis? Regarding this? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30307.
Yes, Commissioner, change order number 1 with KES Construction Company. This is for the work at the Garrison Community Center. Awarded previously back on July 15th, the basic contract for the Tornado Safe Room with the FEMA grant. And this change order adds a connector between that particular part of the building, which is the Safe Room gym, and the main building. If you have any questions, Travis is here to answer those.
Okay, any questions?
Good project.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30308.
Yes, Commissioner, change order number 2 for citywide playground improvements with Mega Construction Company, multiple locations, is listed in the 4th paragraph of this particular memo, and recommend approval. Again, if you have any questions, Travis is here to answer those.
All right. Any questions? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. All right, on to the director's reports.
Yes, first item is major construction, Travis.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I've placed a copy of this PDF on Shoal Creek Parkway in front of you up there, and just an update. We had a presentation in front of the PIAC committee on October 10th, which was a Friday, 10th floor, City Hall. I know Commissioner Mecklenburg was there. You're all probably aware of that. And we had a presentation that included Shoal Creek Parkway, and this specific location was listed under our other projects. It was item number 6 under other. On Monday, the Monday after that, we had our Twin Creeks meeting, and at the Twin Creeks Task Force meeting, one of the PIAC commissioners that was not at the October 10th meeting, Chris Bird, which represents this district for PIAC projects, asked that that project be moved to our leveraged list. And the reason being, if you look at the backside of that, you'll see the proposed funding on that project. This project will include funds from Hunt Midwest for their funding as far as their Park Place development, which is located south of this location. The KCI TIF, the Platte County Roads Fund, and impact fees. So they have a $1.3 million ask from PIAC, and obviously the PIAC representatives for that district's in support of it, and I think generally we're in support of it. It was just a matter of moving it on our list from where it was under other to leveraged. So just an update as far as we've made those changes, and we will forward those to Rose Rhodes, who's taking care of the PIAC request for the entire city. Just a couple of things on this segment, what's being proposed, that we hear a lot about either grading 4 and building 4, or grading 4 and building 2. Well, this is a grade 2 and build 2 is what's proposed for this segment. They have approximately 2,700 feet of roadway up on Shoal Creek Parkway with segments on Platte Purchase at the intersection. It does not include the roundabout at this point. Again, these are budget figures. We fully expect the cost, once this is bid out, to come in under this, but in talking to Aaron Schmidt, and who's the listed as the developer, or he's with Hunt Midwest, who's listed as developer for the TIF, that they didn't want to be in a position to be short on the funding, have to go back before the TIF Commission and ask for funding again. So they're being conservative in their estimate, and that's why the numbers look the way they do on here. So as you can see, this includes not only the design, the right-of-way acquisition, water line relocation, and then 2-lane improvements. So it also has a 12 by 10 single box culvert, and it has approximately 3 times the amount of fill material that was required on the segment of Shoal Creek from Harrison to Woodland. So, any questions?
Does this turn south along and tie into Platte Purchase?
Yes, about
does.
500 feet of plat purchases on
Okay,
this.
good. All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Trent.
Heidi, marketing report?
All kinds of things. Good afternoon.
Heidi?
Okay, we've got a lot going on. First of all, start off with the things that we just did this past weekend. Mainly would be the Scarrett Concourse Kaboom playground build and ribbon cutting that we had on Saturday, which was your first official event unofficially, right? But anyway, we had a great turnout. I want to thank Kaboom, Forest staff, everybody who was out there building the playground in 6 hours. It was pretty incredible. And then Commissioner Mecklenburg and Commissioner Hackett now for coming out as well. I've got a copy or some of the cool ribbon that they cut. If you want to cut off a piece, I guess. And I'm jealous of their scissors because they actually cut.
Oh, my goodness.
They were pretty cool. I'm going to have to Google and try to find some just like them. They're smaller, but better. Anyway, also I posted a really cool video on our YouTube channel that the Scarrett Renaissance Neighborhood put together, which shows the whole building of the playground in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. So it's really fascinating. They stuck a camera there the whole entire time, and you saw these people moving around. But it was quite impressive. So you should take we'll have another event there in, I don't know when. They're putting in a hillside slide. So I'm not sure what the time frame is on that, but we'll be back. And so, we also have another playground celebration, and that is this Saturday, the 25th of October, at 2 o'clock, and that's at Highland Gardens Davidson Park, which is 5414 North Highland Avenue, which I believe is in the Northland. So, if you guys would like to make it there, they're super excited about it. And they're going to have a celebration, which is much like the one we did at Roanoke. They'll have food and music and crafts and kids stuff going on. So if you want to come out for that on Saturday, that'd be terrific. We did, because there's this thing going on called the World Series, we did reschedule the Shoal Creek TIF 20th anniversary celebration because it could have potentially been, I guess, on the last day of the series if we go to 7. So it's now going to be November the 3rd. From 5 to 7 p.m., still at the Shoal Creek Golf Course Clubhouse. We sent out rescheduled invitations, evites yesterday, and I know Carmen's changed that. I'm sure Carmen's changed that on your calendar. Other than that, we've got the Cliffhanger Run coming up. Commissioner Judy, if you want to run in that, they actually do, still fill out paper forms to be in it. So you'll have to fill out a registration form, and we'll get you in the Cliff. Yeah, using a pen.
Yeah.
Online registration.
No online registration. And then we also won, as we typically do, some Visitors' Choice Awards this past week, and we won Favorite Fountain, which is always good because we do compete against ourselves in that category. I think the only upset we could have in that category if it wasn't J.C. Nichols Fountain that won and one of the other fountains. But J.C. Nichols Memorial Fountain was voted Best Fountain or Favorite Fountain by the visitors to Kansas City. And Swint Memorial Golf Course was voted Best Golf Course by visitors to Kansas City. And Starlight Theater won.
Zoo got something?
The zoo got something, I'm sorry. Zoo got favorite kids attraction, like it typically does, and the World War I Museum got favorite museum, so. And now I guess for the big news. Apparently you've teed this up.
Yes, I did.
Can't wait.
Well, as you may have noticed, we do have blue fountains around the city. We now have 8 of the fountains that we can dye are now dyed blue. And they do look good. And
It's nice.
it's a very good blue.
There's people taking pictures out there of the fountains all the time
Yes,
today.
it's created a social media frenzy.
Yes.
Which is pretty awesome. So to kind of capitalize on that, we are bottling the Blue Fountain water. So, it's not drinkable. You can purchase, starting tomorrow, a commemorative bottle of Blue Fountain water at the Plaza Customer Service Center. And it is $5, and the even cooler thing is that the proceeds go to the Wish Upon a Fountain campaign, which helps with the restoration and renovation of our fountains. So,
This was your idea, Heidi? Was it?
yeah, Chris Hernandez with City Communication.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. So how are we marketing this?
It's a marketing, huh?
How are we marketing this?
Well, we're having a big media event tomorrow, and with the mayor and Mark and Pat O'Neill with the City of Fountains Foundation, we're going to do a commemorative dipping in the J.C. Nichols Fountain and bottling. And we've been out all weekend bottling water. It's been exhausting. No, I would like to thank Blue Valley Laboratories, who is exhausted because they are creating so much blue dye. On top of the pink dye that they also do a lot of for October. He's called in overtime staff to create blue dye because, like, everybody's dyeing their fountains, not just Kansas City, Missouri Parks and Recreation. But anyway, they found time to go ahead and bottle the fountain water for us as well. We had the labels made up, and they're putting the labels on them. So, yeah, it's kind of fun. People either think it's really crazy or really cool. So, but I like that. So, anyway, if you guys can come out tomorrow morning at 9:30, J.C. Nichols Fountain, you can bottle your own. Otherwise, you can stop by the Plaza Customer Service and purchase one for $5, or we might have some around here for you as well.
That's great.
So, if you want to hold it.
It's a photo op.
Yes, really. And just as a reminder for the viewing audience, that water is not drinkable. Okay, I think that's all I have.
Great. Thank you so much.
Go Royals.
Go Royals.
Thanks, Heidi.
Commissioners, we have some guests with us that represent the Central Plains chapter, the Build a Better Block KC. And tell us about your event this past weekend.
So my name is Duran Netzel. This is Nick Frada. We're here to represent Better Block Kansas City. I was told we were not originally supposed to speak, but we just wanted to come here and
Please.
express gratitude and thank you guys for allowing us to have this event. Nick has some photos from this weekend to show around and a diagram of what we did. Better Block Kansas City, we are a group of young architects, urban planners, traffic engineers, entrepreneurs, and designers, and we have a developer. We all have a burning. We all come from different backgrounds, different schools, different professions, but we all have a burning desire to improve Kansas City, and we've chosen to do that through the built environment and the transportation infrastructure of the city. This is actually the third year that Better Block Kansas City has held an event. The first year was in 2012, and it was Making Grand Grand, which you guys may be well aware of the changes that are going on in Grand. Some of the people that were involved in 2012 have been instrumental in planning these changes that are to come, and we believe that we initiated that conversation to make these changes that will be going on here very shortly. In 2013, we held an event at 19th and Main, which promoted the streetcar, and most importantly, it showed how the streetcar, cars, pedestrians, and bicyclists can coexist. The mayor was actually at that one. He delivered a keynote speech. We had a few city council representatives there as well, and we helped the city visualize what the streetcar how it would exist and how it would function with the current infrastructure. This year, we went to Midtown. We went to Westport at 40th Terrace and Broadway, which is kind of right now a flyby area. When you think of Westport, if you think of the entertainment district, it's a walkable area in Kansas City. You think of the east side of Westport, with all the antique shops and restaurants there, very walkable. Broadway serves as a disconnect for that. It's almost like a little highway that runs right through Broadway. What we did, and you'll see our diagram there, is we took 40th Terrace and Broadway, the intersection there where a bike share station was just implemented. We celebrated that by adding bike lanes, the first bike lanes in Midtown. We closed a very small section of Washington Street, about 25 yards of it. A little bit of history on Washington Street. That was part of the original Westport infrastructure. When the town was annexed, they kept it because there was a firehouse right there, and the fire stations and the fire engines used that traffic lane, which made sense, but there's no longer a firehouse there anymore. It is now a coffee shop. So we invited the coffee shop to come and have a pop-up cafe in that closed section of Washington Street. It was a huge success. They saw a steep hike in revenue that day. We had all kinds of seat-in. We had an organization called Keys for Kids came and bring a piano, an organization to certainly check out. They reclaim old pianos and give them to children, and they fund themselves by selling the pianos as well for profit. I think where I'm at here. So our focus of the event this year was to promote bicycle and pedestrian safety, which we believe there's a huge demand for in Kansas City right now, especially with all the changes that are going on. We feel that bicycle and pedestrian safety is slightly being overlooked, and so we tried to bring an awareness to that. We took another, just south of 40th Terrace, we took a large concrete area. We partnered with a karate shop. In essentially, there's a huge concrete area that if I had a diagram to show you, you would see what it looked like, where cars do not drive, but cars coming from 40th Terrace kind of merge onto Broadway there. We closed that off there, and instead of cars kind of just finding their own way to merge onto Broadway, we actually had 20 elementary school students performing their karate classes there. We also had students from KCDC, Kansas City Design Center. They had a giant-sized Jenga and a few installations. We had a student from KCAI. He exhibited his sculpture. Then we had the group Transform KC come and do their. They have an exhibition for transportation projects throughout the country and the world, and a few pie-in-the-sky ideas for Kansas City. Huge success there. We received nothing but positive response from this. The only negative response, we were called a few names by Tony's KC on his blog. He, of course, was not in attendance, had no idea what we were doing or what we're about. But that was the only negative thing. We had numerous people from the neighborhood, from the businesses, from the area come and say that they are in complete support of what we are doing. We have a few businesses who are willing, who would like to see that the design that we made permanent. A prominent property owner in that area is Tom Platt. He's also the president of the West Park Neighborhood Association. He is in full support of what we've done and would like to see those changes made permanent. One of the things we were not able to do that were really important to our design was we were adding a crosswalk across Broadway. Public Works did not allow us to do that without triggering a few other permits to close the entire street of Broadway. I told Tom that. He said, wow, that makes complete sense. He said, I cross that almost every day. He said, I'm terrified for my life as I walk across there. He said, I can't imagine how children and older folks feel. So instead of, we had a few team members who wanted to just go ahead and do the crosswalk. I said, absolutely not. We want to do things by the book. We want to continue to do this in the future. We're not going to do something we shouldn't do. So what we did instead was we had a chalkboard there and we tallied every single time we saw somebody cross. Our event was 9 hours long, and we were there the entire time. So by the end of the day, we stopped making dashes, but what we did record was about 120 dashes, and I'm telling you, there are dozens that we did not record. So by our estimate, we saw about 150 people across Broadway without a crosswalk in the 9 hours we were there. We also celebrated the bike share station, which I was told by Bike Walk KC on Monday is currently the most popular and most consistently used bike share station at the moment. And so we're just here to thank you guys for allowing us to do this. What we'd like to do from here is we'd like to continue to, as our group, promote awareness for bike and pedestrian safety. We'd like to continue to promote other forms of transportation. We'd also like to go back and do a little more research, tweak our plan a little bit, because we had to make it proper. We had to kind of change some things for Public Works just to make the event go on. But we'd like to go back and provide a best practice advisement, and we'd like to put together a formal proposal and maybe come back in front of the necessary agencies and actually hope to make this permanent. That is our hope, and we're just here again to thank you guys and to ask that maybe we'll be back to present a formal proposal for a permanent change for this area.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for your efforts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, what you got?
One other thing I wanted to share with the board, as everybody's aware, we went through a reaccreditation earlier this year. It was the fourth time that we've done accreditation. So it dripped back to the late 90s when we started it, and we were at a national conference. Deputy Director Reinhardt, myself, and Commissioner Mecklenburg, and we are reaccredited. This is for another 5 years, and that's the certificate. We do get in the mail a crystal statue, which will be forthcoming, and we're pretty excited about it. As I think we've reported before, this is a team effort. All staff members, virtually to some degree, participated in this, and I think everybody's here today that was involving Terrence and Nero and Linda and Forrest and Sherry and Travis and Heidi and a few other folks outside the room that made this happen, and so we're pretty excited about it. A lot of hard work and meet all the standards, and we're very proud, and thank you to the board for allowing us to go through the accreditation process. And there's several accredited agencies around the country now, but we were one of the first around the nation to do that, and the first in the state of Missouri, and we're proud of it.
That's great. It's to be proud of.
It's a very small percentage of departments throughout the nation that become accredited and maintain their accreditation. So it's something to really be proud of and to tell everybody about. And that's one of our things we don't do often enough, so we're going to start putting this hopefully on our website, that we've been an accredited agency since. And I think that's well worthwhile. It's on our business cards, but we need to let everybody know about it. We need to blow our own horn.
Congratulations to you and the team and everybody else. So. Anything else? Public hearing, I don't think we had anything signed up.
Yeah, November 1st is a wilderness run up at Hodge Park on a Saturday morning, 9 a.m., and anybody wants to participate in that? Good crowd on that. Mentioned that. We also might note that we have a TV in our hallway now.
Yep, saw it.
I've noticed that, and I think it's running Channel 2, and then we're going to program that, and that's all part of getting them. Whenever we have visitors, they can learn about what we're doing as they wait in the lobby, and it's a good way to share information, so that's a new addition. Oh, yeah, the bus, the electric bus.
See the bus plugged in?
Wrapped bus.
The bus looks great.
Another way
Looks
to
good.
carry the message forward.
Why don't we give it a little more detail about how we're going to use it and just
Sure, go
the whole thing?
ahead, Terry.
I'm not sure if I've mentioned this to you all yet, but the electric bus, we received on a grant, free of charge to us, no expenses, and it'll run up to 40 miles an hour, up to 100 miles in charge. And our first target area is working with the Urban Neighborhood Initiative Coalition, which is pretty much the Troost Corridor, and we have a meeting next week with the 9 neighborhoods that comprise that, and we're going to start working on door-to-door applications for door-to-door service for those who have mobility issues. The bus is 100% accessible, and those that have mobility issues, to help them get to the community center. So we will be picking them up in the neighborhoods and taking them to Brush Creek Community Center for programming during the day. So we're very excited that all the pieces are coming in together on that. Like I say, Roosevelt Lyons, who is not here today, and Anthony Lawrence have been instrumental in helping us put that program together, so we're pretty excited.
Okay.
What a great idea.
It's fantastic.
Nice. Truly is.
Looking at the calendar, I will mention there's a slight change. Friends of the Zoo is going to start their meeting tomorrow at 4 o'clock instead of 5:30, and there again, that's in light of the Royals game. Everything's adjusted around that now. And then there's a Starlight Board meeting on Thursday at 7:30. Shifting over to the, one thing I did want to mention too, also coming up here the latter part of the month, Donna Boley, I think everybody knows Donna Boley. We work with her. She is a great historian and a student of the Park and Boulevard system. Her and Patrick Alley put a book, actually wrote and printed a book on the Kansas City's Park and Boulevard system. And she's having a unveiling, which would basically be a book signing, 4:30 on October 30th at the Liberty Memorial. And we're partnered with her on that, and it's a great publication, and it's another way to kind of track over the last 100 years of our Park and Boulevard system.
What is that?
That is the pool over at the Grove. That's where that's located.
Okay.
Over right
Truman.
at Truman and Paseo.
Sure.
No,
Okay.
Truman
Truman and
and
Benton.
Truman and Benton, yeah.
Yeah.
Truman and Benton. Neat historic pictures. Truman and Benton. And then looking at November is Heidi mentioned earlier, the Short Creek 20th anniversary on the 3rd, and then we're back here with the board meeting on the 4th. Marlboro Park Shelter House and Parking Lot. Now, that's a dedication now on Marlboro? Did we get? Yeah, okay. We were going to have a groundbreaking, but we went ahead and built the project so fast it became a dedication? Is that how it worked? Okay. And then you can see a few other things that are listed through the month of November. One other thing I wanted to mention, and make sure we could put it on the minutes today, would that be the passing of Linda Cowan, who is a strong supporter of our system and an advocate for the community. And the West Side, of course, is what Linda would say, West Side's the best side. And I know the Tony Gary Community Center, a lot of other issues, real sad that we lost Linda.
Well said. Okay. Anything else? Does there be any other business? With that, meeting is adjourned.